topic is fundamental particles. Fundamental particles. Fundamental particles means, for example, if you take mathematics, to solve each and every problem, we use addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. So they are called as fundamentals in mathematics. Similarly, in chemistry, each and every atom what we consider will definitely contains electron, proton, and except one atom, remaining all the elements consist of neutrons also. Of course, beside this, number of smaller particles also exist in the atom, like mesons, bosons, etc. But these three are having certain mass, measurable mass. So these particles are said to be fundamental particles. So we are having three such fundamental particles. One is electron, second one is proton, third one is neutron. Electron is represented by symbol here E, some cases E minus. Proton is represented by P and neutron as N. This electron was discovered by J.J. Thomson. Proton was discovered by Goldstein, and later it was named as proton by Rutherford. Then neutron discovered by James Chadwick. Next, the properties of electron. Electron is generally negatively charged particle. This is negatively charged particle. And proton is positively charged, whereas a neutron is neutral in nature, means it is a chargeless particle. Okay, this is chargeless particle. Next, charge of electron is given as -1, which we call it as relative charge. Relative charge of electron is -1. Relative charge of proton is +1, and obviously as it is a chargeless particle, its charge is taken as 0. However, the charge value of this electron is -1.602 into 10 to the power -19. Charge is taken in terms of coulombs. Okay, the next one, the charge of proton is plus 1.602 into 10 to the power -19, whereas neutron is having neutral charge and it is 0. Come for the case of electron's mass. Mass of electron is 9.1 into 10 power -31 in kilograms. In kilograms, mass of the electron is 9.1 into 10 power -31. If you consider it in grams, it will be 10 power -28 grams. Next one, the mass of proton is 1.673 into 10 power -27 kilograms. In grams, it is 10 power -24. Okay. However, the mass of neutron is 1.675 into 10 power -27 kilograms. 1.675 into 10 power -27 kilograms. Among these three particles, neutron is highly massive than the proton, and least massive particle is electron. Clear? So you have to by heart all these values, keep it in your mind, note it down. Next one, Position of, sorry, next one, atom. Generally, atom is considered to be spherical in nature. So here I am taking the shape of atom as a spherical. This one, you assume this one as a sphere, not circle. Assume it as a sphere. And at the sphere, at the center, there will be nucleus. This is called as a nuclear part, or simply it is nucleus. And remaining part is called as extranuclear part. This is called as extranuclear part. Right. In the nucleus, there will be neutrons and protons. Neutrons and protons are present in the nucleus with a positive charge of a proton, and neutron is a chargeless particle. The net will be positive charge, and these two particles are said to be nucleons. These two particles are said to be nucleons. Where in the extranuclear part, there lies the electrons. Okay, so these particles are electrons. This is the position of the fundamental particles in the atom. So this part is called as extranuclear part. This is a nuclear part. In the extranuclear part, there exist electrons, and in the nuclear part, neutrons and protons will be present. And these neutrons and protons are collectively called as nucleons. Next one, representation of element. Representation of element. For example, I want to represent the element carbon. Generally, you assume this X is a symbol of the element. What you are going to represent, that this is the symbol of the element. And here, in order to represent this element, we have to know two more terms. One is atomic number, and second one is mass number. Atomic number is represented by the symbol Z. Mass number is represented by the symbol A. However, this Z is placed at this side, that is left side at the bottom, and on the right hand side at the top of this element, A is represented. This A is called as mass number, Z is called as atomic number, and X is the symbol of element. X is the symbol of element. Okay. Now let us go for the definitions of atomic number and mass number. Let us see them once. I already in the previous class I asked you to by heart the atomic number and mass numbers of the elements, right? So let us see what is atomic number and what is mass number. Atomic number. Atomic number is represented by the symbol Z. Yes. What is atomic number? So in the atom we are having electrons, protons and neutrons. So here number of protons present in the atom or element, right, is called as atomic number. Similarly, in another way, generally a neutral atom consists of number of protons and number of electrons are same. That means, so in other words, one can define the atomic number as number of electrons present in Here you see neutral atom is the term should be written. Okay, must and should, you have to remember that number of electrons present in the neutral atom. Neutral atom is called atomic number. Okay, see, I already told you in the neutral atom number of electrons and number of protons are same. That is, Z is equals to N of E equals to N of P. N of P. Right. The next one, here one more point to be remembered is atomic number is characteristic of the element. Atomic number is characteristic of element. What is the meaning of this one? Characteristic means, for example, if you take your fingerprints, no person will have the same fingerprints as like you. That means fingerprint is the characteristic of yourself or for any human being. Similarly, no two elements will have same atomic number. For example, if you take hydrogen, its atomic number is 1. For neon it is 10. For calcium it is 20. So, no two elements will have the same atomic number, and hence atomic number is said to be the characteristic of the element. Next one, mass number. Mass number is denoted by the letter A. So here what is mass number? Mass number is number of protons and neutrons. Number of protons and neutrons present in the atom. Present in the atom is called mass number. Called mass number. And here this mass number is denoted by the letter A, no? And A is equals to number of protons and the number of neutrons. Number of protons and number of neutrons. See, in the previous session, that is in the previous statement, that is atomic number, Z is equal to number of protons, no? Or it is also equal to number of electrons for a neutral atom, no? So instead of writing number of protons, I can write Z. That means A is equals to Z plus N of N. So here N of N is equals to A minus Z. Okay. So in order to find the number of neutrons in an atom, it is enough to subtract the atomic number from the mass number of that element. Okay, just in the next representation of the element. For example, here X, Z, A. This A is called as mass number, Z is called as atomic number, and X is the symbol of element. In the same manner, for example, I want to represent the symbol carbon. So carbon is having the atomic number 6 and its mass number is 12. Mass number is 12. So for this carbon, if we find number of electrons, number of protons and the number of neutrons. If I ask you to find out this. So number of electrons, how many electrons will be there means its atomic number. Its atomic number is 6. Obviously number of electrons are 6. Number of protons, it is a neutral atom. It is a neutral atom and hence number of electrons and number of protons are same. So number of protons is again 6. What about number of neutrons? How to calculate number of neutrons? Number of neutrons are calculated by subtracting 6 from 12. This 12 is mass number and 6 is atomic number. So A minus Z, that is again 6. For example, if we take fluorine. Fluorine is having atomic number 9 and mass number 19. So number of electrons are 9. Number of protons are again 9. Why? Because number of electrons and protons are same. What about number of neutrons? That is 19 minus 9, which is equals to 10 number of neutrons are present in fluorine. Next. Heading isotopes. Isotopes. What are isotopes? This is elements with same atomic number. Elements with the same atomic number and different mass number. Different mass number are called isotopes. Called as isotopes. See, for example, hydrogen. If you consider hydrogen exists in the nature in three different states. Not physical states, in three different forms. One is H11, second one H12, third one H13. Here H11 is called as protium. This is deuterium. This is tritium. Okay. Here you find out number of electrons, number of protons and number of neutrons for each and every one. Number of electrons, atomic number is 1, no? 1. Number of protons, 1. Number of neutrons, 1 minus 1, no? So 1 minus 1, that is 0. In the case of deuterium, again atomic number 1. Atomic number 1, so electrons are 1 and protons are also 1. Whereas the neutrons are 2 minus 1, that equal to 1. In case of tritium, it is 1 and 3 minus 1, 2. 3 minus 1, 2. You see, here this tritium, it is an radioactive isotope. Radioactive isotope of hydrogen. Okay. So, we will discuss about this radioactivity of hydrogen in the later session. So, just remember that tritium is a radioactive isotope. You see here, in all these cases, number of electrons and protons are same, but there is a difference in number of neutrons, which is making the difference in the mass number. Such elements are said to be isotopes. Elements with the same atomic number, but different mass numbers are called as isotopes. Note it down. Next one, isobars. What are isobars? Elements with same atomic number but same mass number now. Elements with the same mass number but different atomic numbers. Different atomic numbers are called isobars. In the previous one, isotopes, elements with the same atomic number but different mass number, but in this case, elements with the same mass number but different atomic numbers are called as isobars. For example, you take argon and calcium. Argon atomic number is 18, calcium is 20, but argon mass number is 40 and for calcium it is again 14. Such type of elements which are having different atomic numbers but same mass numbers are called as isobars. You write one more example from any of your from periodic table. Okay, which are having same mass numbers. You search for them. Next one, isotones. What are isotones? Yes. elements with different atomic numbers. Similarly, different mass numbers, but same number of neutrons are called isotons, For example, you take fluorine and neon. You take neon. Okay, fluorine atomic number is 9, mass number is 19. Neon atomic number is 10, mass number is 20. You calculate number of electrons, number of protons, and the number of neutrons here. Yes, what is atomic number? 9, no? So number of electrons are 9, number of protons are 9, number of neutrons are 19 minus 9, that is 10. Here 9 for neon, number of electrons 10, number of protons 10, but the number of neutrons 20 minus 10, no? Again 10. So such kind of elements which are having different atomic numbers, different mass numbers, but having same number of neutrons are called as isotons. You write down 2 more pairs of the isotons, okay? The next one, ions. Ions means, up to now we have seen the chargeless particles or neutral particles, neutral atoms. Okay, but these ions are the atoms or group of atoms with charge are called ions. See, ions are of 2 types. We will discuss about them. Any one example for this ion? Yes, it is H plus, Cl minus, NH4 plus, okay, SO4 minus 2. All these are the examples of ions. But here, you see, some particles are having positive charge and some particles are having negative charge. Positively charged particles, and so totally classification of ions can be done in 2 ways. One is positively charged ions, and second one is negatively charged ions. Okay, positively charged ions are called as cations. Negatively charged ions are called as anions. Okay, in short, you remember this is plus. In cations, cat T is similar to plus. Okay, you remember this shortcut, don't get confused about cation and anion. But cation means cat T plus in the symbol of plus. Okay. Okay, note it down, cations and anions. Okay, let us come for anions. So here I am writing some examples for anions. That is, anions are defined as atoms of group of atoms with negative charge. Negative charge are called as anions. Next example, Cl minus, SO4 minus 2. Okay. Next, F minus, NO3 minus, CH3 COO minus. See, this is made up of only one atom, no? So this is called as simple anion, where this one is made up of two or more kind of elements. So this kind of anions are called as compound anions. Compound anions. So basically they are again classified into two types, simple anion and compound anion. But based on the charge present on the ions, they are again classified into different categories. One is univalent or negatively charged ion. Univalent, or it is also called as monovalent. Monovalent, negatively charged ion. Second one, divalent, negatively charged ion. Third one, trivalent. Trivalent, negatively charged ion. Okay, here I am writing some examples of ions, uni and di and tri negative charged ions. You write them. Yes, H minus, OH minus, Cl minus, Br minus, NO3 minus, H minus is called as hydride, OH minus is called as hydroxide. At the end you have to write hydride ion, hydroxide ion. Okay, Cl means chloride, not chlorine, chloride. Obviously Br becomes bromide. This is nitrate, and NO2 minus is nitrite. Remember, here 2 oxygens, here 3 oxygens. Okay, 2 oxygens. Lesser number of oxygens are present, it is said to be ite. If greater number of oxygens are present, it is said to be ate. Next, CH3COO minus. It is called as acetate. Okay, so you write what is F minus? F minus is fluoride. See, some more examples are there. I am writing that also. So you mentioned this univalent anions. Next one, MnO4 minus. Try to write the answers for this one. Okay, Cn minus. Next, HSO4 minus, HCO3 minus. Okay, what is MnO4 minus? This is permanganate ion. Cn minus, this is cyanide ion. HSO4 minus, this is hydrogen sulfate ion, or it can also called as bisulfate ion. This is hydrogen carbonate ion, or it can also be called as bicarbonate ion. Okay, next HSO3 minus. HSO4 minus sulfate Here one oxygen less now. It is called as hydrogen sulfide. Hydrogen sulfide or bisulfite. Bisulfite ion. Okay, note down this one. Next one. Divalent anions. Divalent anions. Okay. So SO4 minus 2. SO4 minus 2. CO3 minus 2. SO3 minus 2. SO3 minus 2. O minus 2. O minus 2. Again, S minus 2. Anyone? MnO4 minus 2. MnO4 minus 2. Cr2O7 minus 2. Cr2O7 minus 2. See here, this one is sulfate. This one is sulfate. What about SO3 minus 2? One oxygen less, no? So it is sulfide. Sulfide. This is carbonate. Carbonate. This one is oxide. Oxide. This one sulfide. Sulfide. In the previous one, we wrote that MnO4 minus is permanganate, where this is manganate. Manganate. This is permanganate. This is permanganate ion, where this is manganate ion. This is a dichromate ion. Dichromate ion. So these are the few examples of divalent anions. Next, trivalent anions. Trivalent anions. Yes? N minus 3. N minus 3. PO4 minus 3. PO4 minus 3. Okay. What is N minus 3? It is called as nitride. Suppose if I place here instead of nitrogen P, it is said to be phosphide. Phosphide. PO4 minus 3. Phosphate. PO3 minus 3. Phosphite. So these are the examples of some trivalent anions. And here some more ions are there to be remembered. That is HClO4 minus, HClO2, ClO minus, ClO2 minus, ClO3 minus, and ClO4 minus. You try to answer or write the names of these ions. In the later class we will discuss about this.